Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs class. I hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to cover 17th March CA. Very good morning, everyone. And of course, at the end, the top 5 MCQs. So let's begin with the class. First segment, the ESI Finance and Business News. Let's see what all do we have. So first news is regarding the WPI Wholesale Price Index, which says that WPI based inflation. WPI क्या करता है? It measures inflation at the wholesale level, right? So WPI based inflation, also remember WPI does not measures in inflation in services. It only gives us the price index or the inflation in goods, right? So that is the basic difference between CPI and WPI. WPI inflation has slightly increased to 2.38% in February, and this data you see WPI is published by whom? So this can also be an important fact. It is published by Office of Economic Advisor to Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Remember, who publishes WPI? Office of Economic Advisor to Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Why this positive inflation is there? Because prices have increased in manufacturing food items, जैसे vegetable oil, beverages, इन सब का prices has been rising. That's why the WPI based inflation is high. And also remember the base year of WPI. You need to remember base years of WPI, CPI, National Income Accounting. All these are very important, right? So WPI ka base year is 11-12, CPI ka is 2012, and you know that currently committee recently has been formed to revise this base year, although it has not been revised yet, but in future it would be revised. Then next, the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance has released 34th edition, which edition? 34th edition of monthly report on centralized public grievance redressal and monitoring system of central ministries. So public grievance say how much these departments and ministries are dealing with, how they are dealing with. So 34th edition of the report has been released. Not so much important, you just need to remember this fact. And what you can remember from here is category A, category B, who has topped under this report. So who has been at the top place? In category A, Department of Food and Public Distribution, Telecommunications and Posts. These have topped, right? So Department of Food and Public Distribution, Department of Telecommunication and Department of Post has performed well in terms of public grievance redressal. Then category B, Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Ayush and Department of Land Resources. All these three departments in category B have also performed very well in the public grievance redressal. So remember this thing. Then next, India's total exports, we are talking about merchandise as well as services combined. For February, they have been estimated at 71.95 billion, right? You need not remember these monthly data, not so much important, you can skip this one. Monthly data आपको याद नहीं रखना है इतना, important ही याद रखना है सिर्फ. Then next one is Bajaj Finserv Limited. Remember, Bajaj Finserv Limited has signed definitive agreements to acquire Alliance SE's 26% stake in Bajaj Alliance General Insurance and Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance. So is going to acquire 26% stake in these two entities. With this, the acquisition will bring Bajaj Group's ownership in both the insurance companies to 100%, okay, from current 74%. So now Bajaj would be holding 100% of these two insurance companies. Remember that. But then, of course, it is subject to approval by Competition Commission of India and IRDAI. Remember. Next one is, according to SBI research, India's exports to US may decline by 3 to 3.5% if, you know, Washington proceeds with reciprocal tariffs. You see, currently United States of America is practicing a protectionist kind of regime. All then and now, every then and now, they are imposing tariffs on the goods and services entering their market, right? So if they continue to do like that, so SBI research says India's trade with US might suffer. With this, news, you need to remember India has signed 13 free trade agreements, including those with Mauritius, UAE, and Australia so far. So 13 FTAs so far have been signed by India. What is FTA? FTA is free trade agreements in which you open up your boundaries with the respective country. So like nominal tariffs or no tariffs on certain items, right? So that easy movement of goods can happen, facilitating trade. And remember, FTA with the United Kingdom is expected to increase bilateral trade by $15 billion by 2030. UK के साथ जो हमारा FTA है, it is expected that this FTA with UK would increase India and UK's bilateral trade by $15 billion by 2030. Then moving on to regulatory bodies news. So first one says Paytm Money Limited. Paytm Money Limited has been granted a certificate of registration as research analyst by SEBI. So this one is very important to remember. Recently, who has been granted this certificate? Paytm Money Limited has been granted a certificate of registration as research analyst by SEBI under the SEBI Research Analysts Regulation 2014. Now, research analysts क्या करते हैं? They provide insights into the data. They dig into the data and they create reports, data-driven analysis. So they are very important for the financial ecosystem. So this has been approved by SEBI. Paytm Money Limited, remember, it would be working as research analyst. The next one is RBI recently has organized an annual conference of RBI Ombudsman on March 17th in Mumbai. So location was Mumbai. Now here the theme is important. What was the theme? Theme was transforming grievance redress, the AI advantage. How can we leverage on AI to transform grievance redressal mechanism under the Ombudsman scheme? So remember this theme, transforming grievance redress, the AI advantage. Then next one is Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency Board has approved the enhancement of borrowing program for financial year 2025 by 5,000 crores. So raising the limit from 24,200 to 29,200 crores, and IRDAI, is wholly owned Government of India enterprise under the administrative control of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and it has been conferred with Mini Ratna category 1 status. So since it is in news because of fundraising like this is working towards renewable energy development projects, right? So remember this thing, it can be important. IRDAI, the concerned ministry is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Also it has been granted with the status of Mini Ratna category 1. Mini Ratna. The next one is RBI recently has revised the scheduled amount for state bond auction. जो state bond auction होते हैं, through which the state governments can raise loans, to 52,120 crores. So this has been revised to 52,120 crores recently. This much only is relevant here. The next one is SEBI is planning to increase penalties on algorithmic and high frequency traders for high orders against executed trades and refined computation methods of the order to trade ratio. Now this one is again very important. You need to understand some of the concepts here first, then you would be able to understand the news, right? So first of all, algorithmic trading या algo trading, आप सबको पता है what is algo trading? Algo trading is when you have the computer generated or automated set of codes which are utilized for the trading. So command already automated hota hai and then it is executed, right? So you use that automated code to execute the trade is algo trading. Now, what is OTR? So you need to understand, they have also changed the methods of OTR, order to trade ratio, OTR. Order to trade ratio क्या होता है कि आपने कितना order place किया था और actually कितना execute किया है, right? So the ratio, it is a ratio of number of orders placed to the number of actual trades executed. Number of orders placed to the number of actual trades executed. Is this clear? Right. So now what is the issue? Why they are trying to change this computation of OTR? Why they are trying to impose more penalty? Because the thing is, these algorithmic traders, they often place a large number of orders without the intention of executing them. ऐसे इनका जो ऑर्डर टू ट्रेड रेशियो है बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है, जितना ऑर्डर होगा उससे बहुत कम एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे. अब इससे क्या होता है, इट हैज़ अ पोटेंशियल टू मैनिपुलेट द मार्केट एंड क्रिएट अ फॉल्स इमेज ऑफ लिक्विडिटी, कि मार्केट में लिक्विडिटी बहुत है, तो फॉल्स लिक्विडिटी इट वुड शो बिकॉज ऑर्डर्स हैव बीन प्लेस्ड सो मच बट देन वेरी फ्यू ऑफ देम विल गेट एग्जीक्यूटेड. सो एक्चुअली अ फॉल्स लिक्विडिटी is generated in the market. Now it basically diverts or it creates a manipulation in the market. So that's why it misleads the investors, it misleads the traders. So they are trying to check upon this method. I hope the concept is clear. Order to trade ratio, everyone tell me yes or no. Then you will get to know the news कि अब penalty बढ़ा रहे हैं तो कितनी बढ़ा रहे हैं, right? So I hope the concept is clear. Then next, moving forward, now the penalty. कितने रेशो पे कितनी penalty है, right? So first of all, remember penalty for a ratio of daily algo orders to trade between 50 to 250. 50 to 250 का जो value है order to trade ratio का 50 to 250, it is proposed to be increased to 10 paisa from current fine of 2 paisa. Present fine is 2 paisa for the range of orders to trade की range 50 to 250 में 2 paisa. It is proposed to be increased to 10 paisa. Then next slab, 250 से 500 का जो value होगा order to trade ratio का, fines would be doubled up from 10 paisa to 20 paisa. Then 500 से 1000 penalty might rise from 15 paisa to 25 paisa. तो you see जितना बढ़ रहा है range of the order to trade ratio उतनी penalty ज़्यादा है, so that you do not mislead the market, right? Then 1000 to 2000 bracket में they might face 50 paisa per order from existing 20 and highest category जो है, highest category is 2000 and above. Remember, highest category is 2000 and above. इसमें they could see penalties tripling from 25 paisa to 75 paisa. But जो 50 के नीचे का है, they would not be penalized. So that means the safe OTR would be where you can execute the trade, where you would not be penalized for it, is below 50, right? तो safe है 50, 50 cross करते ही penalties would get increased. This is the entire news. I hope you have been able to understand, and this one is important, so please revise it carefully. Also, yes, one more thing is there. SEBI has also proposed to simplify the calculation by computing OTR only based on the orders beyond 0.75% from the last traded price. अभी तक क्या हो रहा था कि OTR को कैलकुलेट कैसे कर रहे थे, जो रेंज है इसको कैलकुलेट कैसे कर रहे थे बेस्ड ऑन टू थिंग्स. फर्स्ट, लास्ट प्राइस क्या है, लास्ट ट्रेडेड प्राइस क्या है, जिसपे लास्ट ट्रेड हुआ है, जिसपे क्लोज हुआ है, राइट, वो प्राइस क्या है, इंस्टेड ऑफ कंसिडरिंग बोथ स्ट्राइक प्राइस एंड एलटीपी, ऑल्सो स्ट्राइक प्राइस क्या है. तो स्ट्राइक प्राइस और एलटीपी दोनों को कंसिडर किया जाता था. अच्छा, व्हाट इज स्ट्राइक प्राइस? स्ट्राइक प्राइस को हम एक्सरसाइज प्राइस भी बोलते हैं. ये प्री डिटरमिन्ड प्राइस है एट विच अगर यू आर अ होल्डर ऑफ एन ऑप्शंस, राइट, ऑप्शंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, यू कैन बाय और सेल इट, सेल दी अंडरलाइंग एसेट. तो प्री डिटरमिन प्राइस होती है, अगर आपके पास ऑप्शंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है तो आप बाय या सेल कर सकते हैं उस प्री डिटरमिन प्राइस पे, स्ट्राइक प्राइस. बट दे आर सेइंग कि नाउ स्ट्राइक प्राइस वुड नॉट बी देयर. वी विल बी कैलकुलेटिंग दिस ओटीआर ओनली बेस्ड ऑन एलटीपी, लास्ट ट्रेडेड प्राइस. ऑर्डर्स बियॉन्ड 0.75%, लास्ट ट्रेडेड प्राइस का 0.75% निकालेंगे, उससे ज्यादा की वैल्यू के जो ऑर्डर्स हैं दैट वुड बी कंसिडर्ड फॉर ओटीआर. This is the new computation method. So remember, 0.75% of the last traded price. Yes. So 0.75% of the last traded price beyond इसके जो orders हैं, they would be considered and then calculated for OTR. This is the entire mechanism. All right. So let's move to the banking news now. Department of Pension and Pensioners Welfare recently has taken a number of welfare measures in pension policy as well as digitization of pension related process. So basically the department has integrated pension portals of Punjab National Bank, SBI, Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, Bank of India, Central Bank of India and Union Bank of India to provide seamless banking services to the people. तो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पेंशन एंड पेंशनर्स वेलफेयर ने एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे इन सबके पेंशंस प्रोग्राम को इंटीग्रेट कर दिया है. दैट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी इजी एक्सेस, you know, on the single portal for all the customers who are seeking to get insurance from these banks, right? So remember which all banks have onboarded this portal: PNB, SBI, Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, Bank of India, Central Bank of India and Union Bank of India. Then next one is PNB MetLife India Insurance Company Limited has unveiled its latest campaign. आपका आगे का प्लान क्या है? ठीक है, तो जैसे आपसे बहुत लोग पूछते होंगे कि आपका आगे का प्लान क्या है, and you don't want to answer, right? Because you have your own plans, you have your preparation. So यहाँ पर आपका आगे का प्लान क्या है is their campaign. So PNB MetLife India Insurance ने launch किया है, where they want, you know, they are aiming to inspire individuals to take charge of their retirement planning with confidence. So plan for a good retirement, basically to attract customers. This is the entire purpose. Then next one is Canara Bank has launched Digital Balance Confirmation Certificate. Digital Balance Confirmation Certificate. Canara Bank has recently launched this through PSB Alliance Private Limited portal. Through PSB Alliance Private Limited portal. Why? Basically to eliminate all the manual processes in this. Manual पूरा हटा देना है to make the process completely digital. So basically जो auditing होती है, यहाँ पर you see this initiative reduces the time required for auditors to complete the auditing process. जो traditional manual approach थी, now it would be completely digitized. So auditing process would spearhead. Canara Bank. The next one is HDFC Bank recently has said that it will now accept deposits under senior citizen savings schemes. This is going to be very important. Remember, market separately HDFC ने announce किया है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का जो आपका senior citizen savings scheme है उसके deposits they will be accepting now. So what becomes more important is how much is the present interest rate being offered of senior citizen savings certificate. Also remember the typical features. What is the minimum amount, maximum amount, lock-in period, eligibility, interest rate, right? Pre-withdrawal features. All these things are to be read about this scheme, right? So remember, सीनियर सिटीजन सेविंग स्कीम HDFC अब इसके तहत डिपॉजिट्स एक्सेप्ट करेगा एंड प्रेजेंटली द इंटरेस्ट रेट दे आर ऑफरिंग ऑन दिस इज 8.2%. कितना है प्रेजेंट इंटरेस्ट रेट? 8.2% पर एनम. Of course, government fix करती है and this 8.2% presently is applicable from 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025, right? Customers eligible under this scheme, they have to be at or above the age of 60 and people who have superannuated at or above the age of 55 years. Retired personals of the defense services are also eligible to apply after attaining the age of 50 years. Remember, क्वार्टरली इंटरेस्ट पे आउट होता है, इसमें क्वार्टरली इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट मिलता है विद अ 5 year ऑफ लॉक इन पीरियड एज आई टोल्ड यू. सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस लॉक इन पीरियड ऑल्सो. 5 साल का लॉक इन पीरियड है. दैट मीन्स यू कैन नॉट विदड्रॉ बिफोर 5 years. Also, it has certain tax benefits under Section 80C of Income Tax Act. Then it is extendable by 3 years and multiple times. So in one go, you can extend it 3 years and then multiple times you can do that. So it is going to be important. The next one is banks recently have written off non-performing assets worth rupees 16.35 trillion in the last 10 financial years. So this data says banking system in India has written off bad loans worth rupees this much. Written off bad loans means उन्होंने अपनी balance sheet से clear कर दिया है because now they don't consider that it would be returning back. They are non-performing, right? So this one only is relevant here. Then next and last one is neobanks and the mid-sized banks. Neobanks and the mid-sized banks, they are increasingly opening global capability centers in India. Now, what are new banks? New banks होते हैं जिनका physical presence नहीं है, सिर्फ digital presence है, right? So remember, new banks किसको बोलते हैं? They do not have any physical presence, but they are present online or digitally. And mid-sized जो banks हैं, they are constantly expanding global capability centers. आपको पता है global capability centers, they generate lot of employment, lot of services they are generating. So that's about the 17th March CA. Now let's discuss top 5 MCQs from this segment. Question number 1. Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance recently has released which edition of monthly report on centralized public grievance redress and monitoring system of the central ministries? Which edition recently has been released? Yes. Well done. So 34th edition is there, right? 34th edition, right? Next one. Bajaj Finserv Limited has signed agreements to acquire Alliance SE's how much percentage stake in two insurance companies, which are Bajaj Alliance General Insurance and Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance. How much percentage? 26. Very good. 26%. So option D would be the right answer here. Then next question. Which of the following recently has been granted a certificate of registration as a research analyst by SEBI? Right. So the correct answer is Paytm Money Limited. Option B. Paytm Money Limited will now be working as research analyst after SEBI approval. Then next one is RBI recently has organized an annual conference of RBI Ombudsman on March 17 in Mumbai. What was the theme of this conference? What was the theme of the conference? What was the theme? Very good. Transforming grievance mechanism, the AI advantage. So yes, D is the right option here. All right. Then next question. SEBI is planning to increase penalties on algorithmic and high frequency traders for high orders against executed trades and refined computation methods of the order to trade ratio. The penalty for a ratio of daily algo trade orders to trade between 50 to 250 is proposed to be increased to how many paisa from the existing 2 paisa? Yes. All right, very good. 10 paisa, right? Also, the question, this one. Option is not D. The correct option is not D1. Okay, so correction here. It is not D. Grievance mechanism नहीं है, grievance redress है. Option C is the correct one here. Everyone. Okay, transforming grievance redress, the AI advantage. Option C is the right one here. Everyone, there is a correction here. Option C is the right one. Transforming grievance redress. All right. Okay. So yes, यहाँ पर जो correct answer है, it is 10 paisa. And remember, 50 below की value पे there will be no penalty. Now, next question, which is your learning exercise for today. HDFC Bank will now accept deposits under Senior Citizens Savings Scheme. So you have to tell me what is the present interest rate being offered under the scheme. This is your homework question. You will be telling me the answers in the comment section. Now, next is the last class question which I gave you. It was starting April 2025, GST system has now made it mandatory. As a mechanism, it would be mandatory. So yes, the correct option is input service distributor. All of you have provided me the right answer. Shalini Sharma, Girish Pradhan, Raj Shekhar, everyone, right? So that's true. Remember, input service distributor, and the concept I have explained to you in the class itself. So that is it about 17th March CA. Keep on revising. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I'll see you in the next class. Have a good day. IndusInd Bank crisis pay session. Okay, we'll look into it. All right. Okay, so we'll try to bring this session on what is happening with the IndusInd Bank. All right. Thank you so much.